right. All meetings of the select board are meetings in the public, not of the public. Members of the public must be acknowledged by the chair before speaking and state their name for the record. 6 p.m. I'll call the meeting to order and approve or edit the agenda.
I don't have any changes.
Motion to approve as printed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Looks like we don't have any appointments. Do we have any public comment?
Yes. I have two things.
Name?
One is, this is Indigenous Peoples' Day.
Name?
What's your name?
My name is Gene Rouse.
Okay.
And this is Indigenous Peoples' Day,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was appropriate to maybe open the meeting with a land acknowledgement. Because this is unceded land from the Abenaki people. And it would be good for us to say, this is where we are, and those folk are still around. And being careful stewards of this land. And now it's our responsibility to be stewards as well. So that's first comment. And
We need a motion on that. Are we good?
No.
Okay. Yep.
the second is a huge thank you. Once again, for window dressers being able to use the town hall. It is an ideal setting for that project. We had a very, very successful build this year with oodles of volunteers.
Yeah, I noticed the
Absolutely.
parking lot was really full.
And including this young lady right here,
Mm-hmm.
who prepared food for the hordes that came every day. And so we did windows for 145 windows, and then people are beginning to bring back ones that have been done in previous years but got torn or something in between. And so we had a whole bunch of rewraps as well. So that's the window dressers is a really good thing. And I thank you and thank the town for making that available to us for that project.
Well, thank you and all the volunteers for stepping up and doing that to help out people in the community lower their heating bills.
So one
Lowering
question.
heating bills, making homes, the oldest wood housing stock in the country. And making them more comfortable, less drafty. And so, yeah,
You have a question, Dave?
You build or do you build and install?
we build, the homeowner installs. So it's a temporary, it's a
Yeah,
season.
I know what they are, but
Yeah.
there's 88-year-old ladies out there that probably can't put them in real well.
Yeah,
Some of those people that wanted to live in that old drafty house.
right, yeah. The other place where where we have a challenge is in trailer homes,
Oh.
mobile homes, because they don't have enough of a sill
Mm-hmm.
or frame around the window. You need 3/4 of an inch. So in order to put them in there, we have to build out an exterior frame. And the resident may or may not own the building, own the trailers. And so we need the owner's permission because it's a physical, and then the materials and all that we have to buy. So
Yep.
we're working with the Energy Committee is providing some funds to help as an educational thing for mobile home builders. So again, the town is really helping people who tend to be impacted the most and have the fewest resources to make the changes themselves.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Did you want to read that, Jean?
Sure. Today we gather on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Abenaki people who have stewarded this land for generations. We recognize their enduring connection to this place and acknowledge the ongoing impacts of settler colonialism. We commit to honoring their ongoing presence, culture, and sovereignty. And the Mississauga band of the Abenaki is still active and alive here in the state of Vermont. So
Can't make it. It's not gonna do it.
Thank you, Jean. Appreciate it.
I'm Ellie Griffin, and I just wanted to ask, an inquiry. I don't know if you can answer it, but in doing the food and working in the kitchen at the town hall, really appreciate being able to work in that kitchen. But I don't know, at the very start, if the kitchen ever had, bowls and cups and mugs. Because it just has plates. And you have a nice coffee maker, you have a nice tea kettle to make hot tea would do. But I don't know who.
I don't know.
Who functioned the kitchen and.
Cause I know it was I remember looking back at something and things were purchased when town hall was renovated. So I don't know, maybe they didn't purchase
Yeah.
it.
Historical Society, probably.
Yeah, so I don't, maybe they didn't, maybe they just didn't do that. They might have just done the basics. I don't know.
I just thought I would.
And it's so
inquire.
rarely used.
Yeah, an inquiry because.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because, bowls for soup and, mugs or cups for coffee or hot
Mhm.
tea would be nice. I didn't know if it would, to inquire if that could be something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when
Into.
they did the community connections meetings there, either the town meeting committee or the equity and inclusion, they had all kinds of cups, and so they probably bought their own. And when we started using that for the flood a couple of years ago, we got coffee going, there were no coffee cups, so I went and got some coffee cups, and then we ended up going to the school anyway, but we still used the paper cups, so we wouldn't have to worry about washing dishes and making a mess.
Well, what we did, we wound up, because the white church wouldn't let me borrow any of their soup bowls or mugs or anything. So we got, the,
Paper.
no,
Oh,
with Bethany Church in Randolph,
nice, yeah.
let us have bowls and let us have mugs so that we could do that. And it just seems like, for future, I just wanted to inquire, but there maybe is a way that we could, because now environmentally, we wanna,
Yeah, we could purchase some. I mean,
Yeah,
not a big deal.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure we could find some at.
I'm
wondering
We
if-
must have an organization or two that we let use that hall for free.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
maybe
say,
they
is
could bring some
maybe at,
bowls and cups when they come.
we probably could
Yeah.
find
And
some
leave them.
at the,
Yeah,
We're not charging
what
any
do I
rent,
wanna say, round robin type
pay for heat, electricity.
thrift shop. It seems like we could find some at thrift shop.
yeah, I didn't know if it was.
I wonder if there's some companies that have cups and bowls or cups and mugs at minimum with their logos on it that they would donate
Mhm.
Sure,
a handful just to have more.
I can have Alice look into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I
Mhm.
thought it would be in this
Yep,
addition.
good idea, Ellie.
Since now I'm using it more and more.
Yeah.
And soup is it's a big deal for like his 5 lunches in a row for all these volunteers. I mean,
Mhm.
that's
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else for public comment? Mr. Darvis?
No, I'm good, thanks.
All right. So now we're on to the fundraising policy.
So it's just a couple basic changes, nothing crazy over what we have been in the past. Basically, the whole policy is to make sure that before committees fundraise, that they come here and get your permission so that we can have matching funds, or maybe it's not lined with the goal in which you want. So since you manage the budget, makes sense for them to come. So it's just an update. I gave it to teacher. There's a little bit of editing. So.
What did change from the previous?
Nothing really. I think she just went through, there was something about, I remember whether or not it was required that they came to the select board, and I said yes. Other than that, that was the only thing that changed.
This isn't in response to anything. This is just
No.
housekeeping.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
just, every select board says, we should update all the policies. Well, you're it. That's what we're doing now. So, and there's a list, like 44 of
I know it's the last select. board.
And so, yeah, probably, it's probably a holdover, but yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, look good.
But this doesn't include Bethel Youth Sports because that's not a town.
Right,
entity, right?
this
Okay.
only this is only for, equity, inclusion, recreation, anything like that,
Makes
anybody,
sense.
just a
Okay.
regular town
Yep.
committee. That's all.
Motion to approve.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
you have a copy for us to sign?
You
Just check
betcha.
the copy, because I got a copy, but I'm.
No, you can use that one,
Okay.
the same as
Sometimes
the
you have a
others.
special one.
Sometimes I do if it said draft on it, I try to
Sign our.
take
Give
it.
it to you then.
Yeah, no, let's
Fill that
not.
folder
say we
right
did. Don't do that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Today 13, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. So next is the bloodborne pathogen policy.
So Dietrich wrote this for the pool only. And then, so she just went through and updated it to match any new, documentation that was out there now about bloodborne pathogens and just updating it that way. She is working on updating it so that the rest of the town will have one, so that the town garage, fire department will have one, and she's making like little kits to go with it. So if somebody, say, fell coming up the stairs and was bleeding, that we would have something to, we would have gloves, we would have something to put on the spill, that sort of thing. So this currently is just for the pool, and but you'll be seeing another one for everybody else once she's trying to, work it out.
Yep. Sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm. And obviously you'll notice in this one that we do pay for, if they work at the pool, we do pay for them to
Yeah.
have their hepatitis B vaccine if they need it.
Yeah, and all testing and
Yep.
follow-up, everything is all covered.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So the pool director and the lifeguards, do they sign something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
okay.
Well, they get the policy and then they sign the waiver, the
Got it.
hepatitis B waiver form.
And that would also, well, most of the lifeguards are also the swim instructors, so they
Some of
don't
them,
covered under that umbrella.
well, some of them are. I mean, she makes everybody sign it, whether
Right.
you're a lifeguard or, because
Mhm.
you don't have to be a lifeguard to be a swim instructor.
Right.
You can just be a swim instructor.
Right.
So somebody,
But I know last year the lifeguard, the swim instructor.
yeah, some of them were, yeah. So no, that's all. It's
Okay.
just an updated version of, new rules on bloodborne pathogens, dealing with it.
All right,
Motion to approve.
Second.
all in favor?
And you can sign that one that
I
you
put
have.
it effective tomorrow.
Okay,
Is that good?
sure.
All right.
You're gonna cut yourself all on the way out the door or something. That's like our guess.
Seemed wrong to do 13.
Oh.
Days over.
There's already a policy in place, right? This is just the update.
Exactly.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's an update?
yep.
Or that's a
Just-
policy?
No, this is just an update. We've had one at the pool for a while.
We miss it. Yeah.
Me. So we've had one at the pool for a while, and then since we were doing the update, she just went out to look and see if there was new updated information on how to deal with it, and you.
Just on 86 it.
Right,
Okay, and lovely, the dog ordinance.
yeah, so this is more than an update. This is basically,
Yeah,
this is
rewrite.
a semi rewrite. So one of the bigger issues that the select board or that we had talked about was number 5 and number 6, property boundaries. So what we're trying to encompass here is that, for example, we have multiple properties where the house and maybe their garage or something else are on the opposite side of the road. So we want to make sure that the definition of property boundary includes that, because remember, we have an easement over the resident's property. So for example, when you discontinued a portion of Wright Road, half of it went to Bev Wright and half of it went to Brian Wright. So what we're trying to do is deal with the fact that if dogs are in the town highway, but they're still within their property boundary, they're not considered running at large. They're just there. But if they're up the road, then on a property where they do not have permission to be, then that's running at large. So I think that we needed to make,
Isn't that an adder permission to be? I mean, didn't that just part of the deal in Gilead was the fact that these dogs have permission to?
yeah,
Right.
go
and it
with
says
their
that
property?
under number 6, running at large. They're either
Yeah.
within the property boundaries of the
Yeah.
owner or on the premise of another person with that person's
Okay.
permission.
Yeah.
Or clearly under the verbal or nonverbal control of its owner. So if you're walking down the street down Christian Hill with your dog, but your dog is at heel and it's under control, then you're minding your business and, adhering to the ordinance. I also sent this to, I don't want to disrespect him. I believe it's the lieutenant.
Leonard.
Yeah, Anthony Leonard, and he took a peek at it too, and he had some changes to the waiver fee civil penalty. So we looked that up in statute and made that change. The other thing we had done here is added, potentially vicious dogs, and we also referenced in here what, where some of it is just easy. You have to follow statute, so it's easy to just reference the statute. So you can see that that's under public nuisance violations, potentially vicious dogs, see definition and exemptions. And there's always an exemption, a state law exemption for working dogs. And then it does talk about, she gave updated information about collars and licenses, and then dogs running at large. All dogs while on town property shall be kept under restraint either by leash or at heel. And there's nothing in the ordinance, and our other one said this, that shall be construed to require the leashing of dogs while on private property. So that's kind of a trick too, is, you want the dogs to stop running at large, but yet we don't have the right to tell people to keep them hooked, but you just would think they would, so they'd stop getting ticketed for that.
Under section 2, public nuisance, I believe the other one, as far as barking and whining and calling and howling, used to be 15 minutes. I thought our last one.
Well, I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's been 30, but maybe, but I don't think so. I think it was 30 before.
To look that up.
Yeah.
Has that
possibly.
ever needed to be enforced?
The barking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but usually neighbors are decent.
Right.
If you called and had a neighbor, I'd say, talk to your neighbor first. And generally that's it, because if people are not home, they don't know that their dog's being a nuisance. I think Denise had that
Yeah.
issue. And as soon as she talked to the neighbors, they were great about it.
Yeah. I sent them a text and they all
Yeah.
apologetic. They have 5 or 6 beagles.
Yeah.
They said we don't want to put their working barker breaker collars on them because they're working dogs. They take them to field trials all the time.
Mhm.
And we just don't want to have them on there 24/7. But since we texted back and forth, not a peep. Nada. So,
Yeah.
I mean, because sometimes it was like at 5:30 in the morning on a Saturday. I'm like, these people got to be awake.
Yeah,
Time to get up.
That's tough.
Yeah.
The rooster's crowing.
That's
Yeah,
right.
beagles.
So where do you register your working dog?
You still register your working dog, I believe, with the town.
Register as a working dog though, is that?
That's a question for Pam. I don't know.
My dog goes out and barks at anybody that's on the property, tell them get the hell off.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we don't,
They
but
stay
he's
on the
not
property.
hurting.
Yeah,
He's not
he's
hurting
not hurting. It's
to
not like
protect
a,
livestock, poultry, crops, that sort of thing. So I think they're fairly, and remember too, this is
not like a border collie.
this is an ordinance. So this
Herding cats.
this has to be warned for 60 days before it takes And then if someone appeals it, it's a process. So this is not a policy, this is an ordinance. So I don't know if you've all had a chance to read it, if you wanna,
Yeah.
if you wanna take those, keep it, longer, I don't know where you're at.
I read it.
I'm good with
It's
it.
only dogs, right? So.
It's only,
Someone's chickens or goats are keeping you up. It doesn't-
yeah, no,
Yeah.
you take it up, yeah, exactly. It's not gonna work out for us. For
All
you.
right. Let's go ahead and sign it.
Motion to approve. As written.
Nuggets.
All in favor?
Aye.
So Denise, if you sign, just sign, and I can fill in the date because it won't become effective until, I can fill that in later. Just think there's only like 30 some odd more to go and we haven't even touched the ordinances yet. We've only done a couple.
30 something total with the ordinance.
No, no.
It's like the fire department with all their SOGs.
Yeah, those are
That we get
coming.
to read first.
Those are
All
good
right,
time.
now next is the,
Actually, pretty soon it'll be budget time, so we won't do a ton of ordinances, but there's some more to come.
the next is the coin drop policy, and I just had one
Okay,
amendment to
sure.
that. On number 15, the signs be picked up Friday before the coin drop, return to the office on Monday after the coin drop. It needs to also say unless it's a holiday weekend, because we do have one group that does Memorial Day every week, every
Oh,
year.
yeah.
And so they will have to bring that back on Tuesday because they have to be returned while the town office is open. And they can, everything can be checked in, make sure everything
Yeah.
is.
So I'm gonna be ordering a sign package so that we have everything, because even I went to the fire department and well, I was there for a meeting, but I went with Paul and he showed me, he doesn't even have shoulder closed signs. So this way we can have the exact package, we can have the right amount of cones, and then everyone, if they take them out, they bring back, they took out 30 and brought back 28, then they're paying us for 2. So that since the coin drop things get approved here, it makes
Yeah.
sense. And then we're gonna put out a message so that anyone who's doing the, like, say, the whatever, the historical society, they're gonna have to have a sign printed. They can have one done at like, probably Spalding Press, where it's like on plastic or something. So they have to have, so that way we don't have little handwritten notes this big on a tag with a cone. It's, then I'm also gonna buy some vests. That way, everybody has them, and then it does talk about the insurance standards, which have been there, but not always enforced, so. So that's also, and also gave it a little more room to write in, because it was very tight, so.
Are there any other changes to note to this policy? Because this is.
Made a few changes. I mean, obviously, we had the diagram before, but what we did was we changed it. I actually asked Chris Bump, who's our regional project, whatever. I don't know, the guy I always go to when I have state highway issues. He gave us the updated state one, so now we have the actual, MUTCD and the NCHRP standards. Everything is actually, the way it should be. And he also gave us the right amount of footage for an intersection. So I took theirs, and so theirs had a little bit of updated changes, similar style, and obviously we always had talked about no solicitation at night, not during rain, not during snow. So some of this stuff was the same, but some was more just beefed up with the right technical terms. And then the application itself is same. It's just spread out so you can
No
actually
selling
read it.
merch while you're out there.
And that was there.
Want to buy a t-shirt?
Is
Yeah.
there a way to look into 11 and having it be a younger age if it's supervised, if there's a ratio of adults to children, so
Like-
3 adults to 1 child from, like, obviously not 4-year-olds and all that, but like maybe 9 to 16, having a 3 to 1 adult ratio.
Sure, I can reach out to him, and I can also see what VLCT says. Sure. So you're thinking, we want to know like a lower age group.
Yeah,
Okay,
having a ratio of
sure.
supervising adults. to-
Yeah,
Children.
So that's 6
Yeah, that-
adults to
that
one
would be
kid.
helpful, 'cause we did have them once, and we didn't realize that, the father was there and teenager was helping. We didn't realize that.
Okay, I can look into, so if you just wanna, hold this one for me to look into it, we can
Yeah,
update
look
it
into it and
next
then
time,
put
because
the-
I don't know,
The
yeah.
Tuesday date on there, if it's a holiday weekend.
Yep, yep,
Or if if they do it 4th of July weekend and then Monday is 4th of July.
yeah, so
So
we'll
it's-
say discussion and amendment.
Return it on the next business day.
Yeah, next, so we can
Okay.
put that on the next
We'll
agenda.
just table it.
Sure. Yeah, to the next one, that's fine. So no, that's a good question.
These coin drops seem to be getting more and more popular every year.
They do, actually. They are getting more popular and people are doing multiple coin drops. And I actually have a coin drop on my request on my desk. It's for next year for the Bethel Historical Society, but I haven't reached out to Joanne yet, but I want the updated policy in place before we approved it. And since she's not asking for it till next year, but people do, they're definitely getting more. And
Yeah, because
Multiples.
it's because and it's hard to do fundraisers. as
Yes.
an Organization
Yep.
and the coin drop seems to be, more accessible and more supportive.
people are generous,
And-
I
and-
think.
Right, and people, and that way they really know about it better.
Yeah.
And-
I did hear a few people that were actually really liked the Bethel, where the Bethel Youth Sports was in lieu of on Church Street. Some people really liked it there. They felt that the visibility was much better and really liked having it there. So I was like, people can request where they want, but people were like, it was nice because they said they could see further. Because, Church Street's a little tight.
But currently,
Yep.
there's nothing to limit anyone from, so anyone can apply to do one, and we basically
As long as you.
approve it.
As long as they're,
Yeah.
5-0, as long as they're considered, they either have to be a 5, we're not gonna let, you fund your retirement account out there, but.
Worth a shot,
Well, we
man.
might. Chris always used to try to do that. He wanted to add a Chris Jarvis budget, line for his retirement. And so as long as they're like a nonprofit or a town, department or committee. I've never seen really anybody outside. I think the animal shelter
Yeah,
used to
the
do one
animal
once,
shelter.
used to do one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That was a while ago, but
Right.
yeah, other than that, so.
All right, so that is tabled.
Right, do that.
And now we're on.
Oh,
to the-
getting-
Whoop.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Chris Jarvis, just want to throw my 2 cents in. So on the, now that the coin drops have gotten more activity and that the town is thinking about, purchasing a set of, traffic control signs and cones and stuff to be shared with the public. Wouldn't it be best if maybe we put together like a fee to do it, like, something that you can continue to buy signs down the road or cones or those things, rather than just put it on the entire tax.
Well, like a
base.
rental.
Or if you're gonna have a coin drop, it's making a $30 fee. And in that $30, you can put it in towards buying cones or signs or things for the future rather than.
For only that are
Because
non-town
before, like
departments,
right
you mean?
now, we require others to bring their own stuff, right?
Yeah,
So there
well,
is.
we lend out, or the
Well, I'm
farmers.
just saying, so right now, there's not really a cost to the town, but if we go out and actually physically purchase
Mhm.
a package for them to use, then it's only fair that there should be some compensation for that package.
So only for people that are not, like,
Well, I'm
not
just making
town
it up.
departments.
If the recreation committee wants to hold one on a certain day, then when they do it, the fee would be $25.
They have to give us back money, $25 out of what they've raised, basically, is what
Yeah,
you're suggesting.
I mean, because if you make, I don't know, $1,200 on one of these, I mean,
Yeah.
$5 really isn't a big fee.
Yeah.
And you can put that towards,
So is the exception because the Vorak trailer has the cones and the vests, and we've been using.
I don't think those cones are legal height.
No, I don't think
I
they're
think they're
legal.
too short.
Oh,
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it does have vests, but all the other stuff is
Yeah.
extremely expensive, the signs.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if
Real
you put it
cones.
together, you got some vests, package of
Yeah.
signs and cones and stuff, I
Yeah.
would be surprised if you have,
Quarter in.
no, I mean, realistically, I
Yeah.
bet you it's $1,200 or more. with the
Yeah,
cost,
because
but-
our plan is to write as part of the VLCT passive grant that we get. Is part of it is that's usually a match, so a 50%. So that's what we're thinking is using writing it. That way we have it, we sign it out and we know everybody has the setup. And also too, we're the ones releasing it. So if we don't have their current proof of insurance and they come to pick it up, no can do. So
I wonder, while we're looking into things, if it's worth thinking about having some sort of limitation so that there's not a coin drop every weekend in Bethel.
oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, if it is getting more popular, then every other weekend there's a coin drop and people are like, I don't even want to go through Bethel.
Yeah, I was even thinking, we could have specific weekends that could be up for bid and once they're gone, they're gone. Like, these are the weekends we'll permit a coin drop type thing.
Or allowing them to do it on whatever, but maybe there's each charitable donation gets 1 or 2 coin drops a year.
Hmm.
As opposed to just, we want this day, that day, this day, that day.
Yeah, the fire department does 2, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Historical Society does 2.
Mm-hmm.
Rec department does 1.
Yeah, we've been just doing.
Library, I believe, does 1.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan does one.
Youth
Bethel Youth Sports has done
Yeah.
one. But is this your first one?
Yeah, I plan on doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe it is between the months of X and this is, yeah, that's a good idea. I can look and what we can do is I can go
Brainstorming.
back.
So,
We can go back and look and see how many, because Pam has a binder full of coin drops, so we
Yeah.
can see the weekends. They're generally the 4th, Memorial Day. So we can kind of look at dates and see what's
Yeah.
what. So
and
great.
if we all just claimed a weekend.
Yeah.
like, that's our day and every year we'll renew on that day. I mean, the fire department likes 4th of July, Memorial Day and
Yep.
Yeah.
everybody's kind of got their own
You
thing.
For taking the 4th of July.
Yeah,
And,
and I would
Yeah.
for Fest.
yeah, yeah.
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 So, all right, sure. We can definitely, we can definitely look into that and
Arrange it a little
figure it
bit.
out. That's a good idea, because you're right. People would
Yeah.
start to want to avoid Bethel. If they think you're just, better have your loose change.
Well, all those people that decide to go up Camp Brook Road might say, maybe I should take the actual real road and go down Route 100 to Rochester that way, then hippity scop 90 miles an hour all the way up over Camp Brook. Road.
Yeah, exactly. This is a thing.
Mhm,
It's, yeah, don't always listen to your GPS,
That's right.
mhm.
especially in the wintertime.
Winter coin drop could be interesting. You got
There-
a fire going out the other road?
See what's what.
Snowplow.
Make sure there's no chance.
Sorry, you guys, gotta buy a whole new
Um,
home. And your
Make
signs.
sure there's. All
right.
Right.
We're on to the town manager's report.
So at this point, I'm sure you're all aware that our retired interim fire chief, Gary Kugler, passed away on Wednesday. And per request, I had Doug Marshall lower the flags half mast. It's a town hall, band shell and fire department. It never been asked me before, so but I said yes. Doug Marshall did it and he said he's gonna be gone for a little over a week, but when he gets back, he will back up. So just want to let you know that I gave you the updated grant spreadsheet. So we still haven't finished VOREC. The good news, oh, Chris, you'll like this. V-Trans, that bike ped, that sidewalk we're building, gonna cost us $1 million to get from the Giffords to school. D&K won the bid for the state to do the paving engineering, I guess. So all of a sudden they want the pedal to the metal to get that finished before we pave, which is what I've been saying since we got the grant. But I'm like, oh, now it's a priority for somebody else. We also have a small scale bike ped grant for the beacons. Those will go in the spring too, again, so we get those done ahead of paving. The road erosion inventory, I believe, is completed by Two Rivers, but I haven't seen it yet. And then Gilead Road bank stabilization, that will go out to bid in the spring. Sugar Hill hopefully is gonna start the 20th. And then Howard Hill is a grant we got for the future that will go out to bid. Falcon Drive. So Falcon Drive is the one where we received the stormwater grant. Our
Mhm.
match for that is about 55,000. The engineering came in and I wasn't very happy about it because we had estimated about 40,000 for engineering because we already had a 30% done drawing here. Well, somebody wanted 70 some odd thousand, somebody else wanted 55, and I think the low bidder was 50 maybe. So I talked to Rita at Two Rivers and just said, look, I need to calm down. I need to think about this. So I got AJ and Richard to come in and talk to them about it. Like, do they think we could do the work for 55,000 or less? Then we wouldn't engineer it. We could build it from the 30% drawing. But we realized, or AJ realized, that Falcon Drive is actually paved. So I think that was missed in the 30% drawing, like with the estimated cost of construction. So, because AJ was like, trees is gonna cost you more than 55 to just to do the paving there. So this week, they are gonna take Richard's camera and camera the culvert that crosses onto Bethel Mills property that crosses North Main, and see if that culvert actually needs to be dug up, what shape is it really in, and take a look. So we may end up going forward with the project, but what we might do is just try to talk to the low bidder for which was Pathways for the engineering, and be like, no, this is what we're going to do. We need to cut back some of this. But so once AJ and Richard take a look at it, we'll see, because it's such a small project. I feel like it's once again just going to be completely over engineered. So I don't know. So I talked to them, and they're gonna take a peek at it and let me know what they think. I thought by today, but it sounds like by tomorrow or the next day, I'm gonna have all the documentation for the FEMA closeout for Pinella Bridge. I'm just waiting for a final invoice from BHB. And then hopefully they'll release the FEMA money and the state money. Our kickoff meeting for Sugar Hill got changed from the 15th because Jaron Borg, our river engineer, couldn't be present. And if he's not present, then you're in violation of some restriction on your permit. So we've rescheduled for the following week. Yep. And I did attend the Bethel Fire Advisory meeting on October 7th, which was great. They're going to be editing and approving several more SOGs, so those will be coming. And, but the good news is they will have gone through, the fire department, the fire chief, and the Bethel Fire Advisory Board. So then the other thing is Pike milled and paved a portion of Sand Hill, reinstalled 2 driveways and kind of repaved one on the 30th. And we had some rain the other day, and between the ditching that AJ did at the top of Sand Hill that Chris had recommended and the paving, it appears our issue has been corrected. So with more rain coming this week, so we'll get to take another look at it, but it definitely, came out really good. And then AJ had a couple of his guys putting some shoulder material out. So that's done. It's a little high, but he said, once it settles in the wing, it'll be leveled out. So
Probably all the acorns brought it up.
yeah, so I don't know. So that's good news that that's done. So I think other than that, that should be what you need to know. I think everything else is in there, but there's financials for August and September. Sorry about that. I thought I had included August, but I had not. So August and September financials are in here. So if you have any questions, let me know.
Right, else was that grant sheet in the packet?
It should have been the last page.
Last page.
Take this. You can have mine. I have a bigger version. Give them that.
Well, if I got
What's
it,
the last,
I might well.
Yep, okay.
what's the last one?
Oh, yeah. It's just
You get it?
way down.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
let's see. So yeah, so the audit is the day of our next select board meeting. They'll be here for 2 or 3 days, the 27th, but I think at this point I've given them everything that they need. Looks like, once again, that we have underspent, so we'll be putting some more money into our undesignated fund balance, which supports my desire of voting at town meeting to appropriate money to the highway equipment to purchase a used grader. And by then we will find out whether or not we got the AFG grant that Gary Kugler and Dietrich wrote for the $60,000 to outfit the truck that's coming in March. Sadly, it didn't get here before Gary passed, but So if the AFG grant, if we don't get it, then there's, I believe, $6,000 in the fire department budget that we can put towards it. And then also maybe another, money from the undesignated fund balance, because obviously we have a fund balance policy, but this will help take care of a couple things to keep us kind of on target for the capital fund, for saving. The grader has always been the sinking ship. It's
Mhm.
always has been, trying to figure out how we we're gonna pay for it. And especially with a bond vote, which will be in the next couple of years for the town garage. Just trying to keep, as you've done in the past, taxes at that, to stop that big bell curve of a jump and try to keep
Yeah.
towards, 3% or less, which is what we, been doing since I got here, shooting for. So, but so far, knock wood, we're doing well adhering to the budgets that we have, so. So if you have any questions on the finances, let me know. I tried to make notes. I made a mistake on the listers, like social security or something. I had like times 0.006 and it was like 0.06. So I kept thinking, what's listers underspent? And then I'm like, oh, it's the math, Therese. I
Yeah,
did the
that's
same
with
thing with
dental
Richard's
insurance.
health insurance or his dental
Yeah,
insurance.
dental insurance.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyways, I corrected both of those and then I corrected them in my spreadsheet moving forward. So
Okay.
I don't know, which we should have caught it before now, but happens. So that's all I got.
That's all you got?
Mhm.
All right. We now have the select board minutes from Monday, September 22.
Motion to approve the select board minutes, Sean.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Other communications, there's stuff from the planning commission, there's stuff from the rec committee in here.
'Cause your police stuff is in
And all
here.
the police stuff is in there.
I don't know if you care, but overall, the Rowward Festival. Yeah,
Where is this? On what?
missions.
On the
Yeah.
planning commission meetings? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, they spelled something wrong. Okay. I have a meeting with them, I think, this week or next. So
Yeah, I think you do.
something coming up. Oh, I know. They want to talk to me about town plan. Thank you. I'll let them know.
Right.
I will
Just
tell.
figured since we saw it.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'll let Eric Webb know. Hey, it's good. You know what? Then they'll know you're reading them, Jordan. They're gonna be so happy.
And he's throwing them in there to check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably, you could be right. You could be.
Think they even knew it.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Forgot to ask. Let me see this. I was checking I just have to check the chat. Oh, nothing from Joe. All right. I just want to make sure.
You all good, Joe?
I didn't want to leave him out. That's. I think he's all set.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome. I don't know if Lucy has any questions. Maybe not, though.
You
Yeah.
might.
She might. You.
She's not as shy as she was at the Forward Festival.
So yeah, so our meeting, next meeting is the 27th and we'll be back at town hall.
Perfect.
Yay.
And
So I just have one thing. So no ice skating rink this year.
No ice cream.
Okay.
We want to take
Oh.
a year off because we just don't have the volunteers to help. And we figure if we take a year off and people say to us, we really miss it, and sign me up, make sure that I will volunteer, then we'll bring it back. We talk to the Washburns and let them know that. And
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea,
It's
we've been
so
through that
warm.
with closing the pool. When we
Yeah.
closed it during COVID and then other times where we're just like, you know what, maybe if we close it, people will start
Yeah.
using it or
Might
miss
do a
it.
hard sign up right now, because I think people won't miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, and.
People
and-
might
and-
just sign on the line and be like,
and
no, no,
one
don't.
year We had a
Sign
lot of
up.
hockey,
Mhm.
young, guys that liked hockey and they helped out, but. We haven't had them in the past, recently, so
Mhm.
we would love to have some.
Yeah.
Hockey enthusiastic young men help us.
And I think it's the same with every committee, there's always the same few volunteers and people just get burnt out. And they just like, that's it. I need a break. So it's not a bad thing for them to miss it,
Right.
Yeah.
is my opinion.
I was on 3 or 4 different committees in Barry years ago, and it was a handful of people that were on each and every one. It's like, really?
See the same people.
Yep,
Mhm.
exactly. So yeah, so hopefully for the 27th, then we might see, you'll see hopefully something in the budget, some of the budget. But obviously I have the revenues done now. I have some other stuff done, but I need to meet with AJ and we need to look at our capital equipment plan, capital road plan, and also I'm gonna meet with the fire department, not this week, but next. So we should start to see pieces of the budget.
All right. Any other business to come before the board?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.